Lamine Yamal steps into McDonald's, looks left, sees Pulisic, looks right, sees Jimenez. Gives a nod to Ronaldinho in the corner with a FIFA World Cup meal. Ronaldinho sees Son in the booth. Son finds Beckham going for extra Big Mac sauce. He's got Davies at the table just behind him. Davies going for his collectible cup. But a steal by Henry, who pulls his own collectible cup. Collect one of 9 legendary cups with a FIFA World Cup meal.
At participating McDonald's for a limited time while supplies last. All rights reserved. 2026 McDonald's at FIFA World Cup 2026.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey Craner, and my friend Cecil Baldwin loves horror movies, and he's helping make this genre more approachable for me and hopefully for you too, one film at a time in a random order. Are you squeamish about horror movies? Don't worry, we'll tell you what happens. Do you adore horror movies? Well, great. Watch along with us each week. As always, check the show notes for content warnings about this week's episode discussion and film. This week, we randomly rolled a 6 for Phenomenon and a 4 for Black and White. Here is episode 330.
Adopt number generator. Podcast number 9.
This week on Random Number Generator, horror podcast number 9, Cat People, 1942. Warning! Spoilers ahead.
There are many pivotal times in New York City's history, but the 1970s were pretty huge. A global recession, rising crime rates across the country, massive pollution globally, and the white middle class fleeing downtown areas for the suburbs. Every big city was struggling, but New York is the biggest big city, and it was on the verge of financial collapse. The New York Post headline read, "Ford to City, Drop Dead." City programs weren't even being cut. They just stopped because they didn't have this money. The sanitation department was barely operating, and the rat population was out of control. It was the 1970s when New York rightfully gained its reputation as a gritty, disgusting, and very tough town. But going back to the rats and the white flight, those two factors led to several large grocery stores closing. They were losing customers and product both, but you know who wasn't? It was the bodegas. See, the bodegas, or in DR communities, colmados, they had known what centuries of farmers and grocers had known across the globe: you need a cat. So in the 1970s and 80s, with big groceries gone, New Yorkers found themselves more connected than ever to their community bodegas because that's where you had to get your food. And while everyone knew the term, this was when bodega pretty much became the universal term in the city. Some areas of Manhattan still call them delis, but bodega is the most common term in New York City. And then we get to the bodega cat. Well, like I said, Puerto Ricans and Dominicans had brought that practice with them to the city, but also sailors at the Navy Yard had known that cats are great for keeping rats away. People in warehouses and on farms know the value of a shop cat or a barn cat. Cats keep rats away. Simple as that. About 10 or 15 years ago, the concept of the New York bodega cat really blew up online, and I know it makes non-New Yorkers mad when New Yorkers claim something like a corner store or a shop cat are unique to New York. But like cabs that are yellow and parks that are central, bodega cats are an indelible part of New York's identity. They're our personality. They're cute, independent, tough, and a constant reminder that this city is fucking filled with rats. Hi, Cecil.
Hi, Jeffrey.
What zoo animal would you want to be? Like, you have to live in the zoo.
If I have to live in the zoo and I have to be an animal, a red panda.
Oh, that's nice.
Because usually their environments are a little more diverse than just a cage. You know, they've got some like branches to climb on and, you know, things like that. And also they're just freaking adorable.
They're really cute. Yeah, you would get a lot of attention. Mm-hmm. But it'd also be easy to hide.
Yeah.
From that attention. They don't strike me as huge high energy animals either.
No.
So your like limited mobility wouldn't be as big a problem as if, say, you were like a cheetah.
Yeah, because I feel like the problem with a lot of zoos is that, animals that are meant to run and jump and chase and hunt are given too small an environment. But if you're like a red panda, honestly, you're just hanging out in a branch most of the time.
Yeah, I think any type of like tree climber sort of animal would be really good. Depending on the zoo, I think bird might be good because I've been to some zoos that actually there's certain birds that just get to fly wherever the fuck they want. So that could be cool, but it would be depressing when you could see beyond the sky. I mean, a bird really does need a lot of room.
Yeah.
So yeah, red panda's good. Koala's good too because you just get to get high on eucalyptus and hang in the tree. And I think you sleep like 20 hours a day, something like that.
That's me.
Because they're so fucking stoned. Cecil, we finally got to Cat People, 1942. And we're going to see cinema's first jump scare.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to see whatever romance was like in 1942. It's very confusing to me.
I guess so. The romance in this feels at the same time both modern and antique.
Yes.
Because it's like boy meets girl. Boy has tea with girl. Boy and girl are married. And then boy realizes girl has some hang-ups that he probably should have asked about before they got married.
Yes.
And then boy realizes that his his girl Friday coworker girl is probably a better match for him.
Probably. It's amazing. That's so wild. This movie actually is kind of I couldn't help but to think that this is 1942 Basic Instinct.
Oh yeah.
That this is a romantic thriller more than anything with a touch of violence, the touch of murder to it.
Although, does anyone actually get murdered in this? Dr. Lewis does.
Yeah,
the doctor does.
Yeah. And he's the most had it coming.
Yeah.
I don't know if he needs to get murdered had it coming, but he does kind of suck as a doctor.
Yeah, his motivations are dubious at best. But it does strike me as this movie is kind of fresh and novel in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In that it's like, you seem to have some hang-ups. Here, let's go to a psychologist. And it's not necessarily the, oh my God, you're going to a psychologist, that it is in 1960s Mad Men era. Or at least they don't treat it like that. Yeah,
and while Dr. Lewis Judd is dubious in his practices because he is dubious morally, he's, or at least ethically, he's 100% in the wrong.
Yeah.
But he's not like he's not necessarily in his practice itself. He's not like Dr. Bad Doctor. And like, it's not that he's like, well, we're going to have to use electrolysis to zap that thought out of your brain.
But I also wonder, does him coming on to Irina, is that his natural libido reacting to her, cat people-ness? Or is that a ploy to get her to, like, show her cards?
I think he's trying to take advantage of somebody he considers psychically weak.
Okay.
I got the sense, my takeaway from him was just that he's probably done this with other patients.
Oh, really? Okay.
I read him fully as a predator, like a male predator, whereas Irina she's a literal predator in that she is a cat person.
Sure.
She turns into cat when made mad, like when Hulk
when
angry.
Made mad or horny or jealous.
Yeah, how do cat people work? But she literally is a predator, but she spends her life trying to deny that part of herself because she doesn't, she's afraid of what it can do. And Dr. Judd is an example of what it can do by somebody who just doesn't even realize that they're a predator.
Sure.
That's how I read him.
No, I can totally see that. I wondered if it, I was maybe trying to like redeem this character in that he was like, he's got this patient who's like, I can't give in to my lust or else I turn into a cat. And he's like, that's crazy. Here, let me prove it to you by giving you a big old kiss on the mouth.
It's such a wild assumption to be like, well, let me practice, or I'll just activate your lust right now. Like, that's just it's a crazy assumption to think that you could activate somebody's lust just by kissing them, as opposed to like, feels like self-generated, that lust.
Yes, that's probably true.
Well, we open with a quote from the book The Anatomy of Atavism.
What?
By Dr. Lewis Judd.
Who?
Whomst. Even as fog continues to lie in the valley, so does ancient sin cling to the low places, the depressions, and the world consciousness. This is so heady and overdone.
Yeah.
Purple prose. But then we cut to a Black Panther in the zoo, and Irina Dubrovna, not Russian, but Serbian.
Yeah.
She's there making sketches. She is a fashion sketch artist.
Dope. So this is essentially like The Devil Wears Prada 2. The Devil Wears Cat People.
She's going to meet there Oliver Reed, not that Oliver Reed.
No.
The character Oliver Reed.
Yes. Oliver's cute. He's a nice guy. He is like ultimate nice guy energy.
He's handsome. He's suave. He doesn't try too hard in his... Oh, no, I take that back. He does at times try too hard in his male wooer energy.
But not over the top.
No, I think the only sin listen, when you're going on a first date, I think it can be a bit much to bring flowers, but I think it's a romantic gesture. Like, that's not me to bring flowers on a first date, but I think it can be really, really sweet. It's charming.
Yeah.
Do not bring a live kitten as a gift.
Oh, yeah.
As a first date. That's the only overstep. And I think Oliver is just a victim of the screenwriters, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think so.
Pushing that symbolism too hard. But she's got this dope-ass job.
Yeah. She's got this dope-ass apartment.
Oh, my God.
You can tell even Oliver is like, wow. I always wondered what's behind people's doors in New York City, and apparently it's all of this.
I didn't realize we were getting into a New York City movie, so it doesn't spend a ton of time in New York City, but that's the Central Park Zoo that it mostly takes place in. So we know that she lives probably on the Upper East Side, near the park. Seeing the old buses and things like that, but most everything is a soundstage. Sadly.
Oh yeah, that's true. But yeah, her apartment did kind of remind me of Friends. Friends apartment. I'm like, how do you afford this?
You have to live in 1942.
You're an immigrant who sketches fashion models, and you live in like a 3-bedroom. At like 84th and Lex or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, they meet each other at the zoo.
Date.
Yeah, there's like a little flirt. Hey, you wanna go out for tea sometime? She's like, I guess. You want to just come upstairs now? I'm like, whoa.
I know. There's certain things about this movie that is very daring for like 1940s. And that was one of them. I was like, you're just gonna invite him in?
Does you think that maybe they're playing around a little bit with the Hays Code by...
Yeah.
We're going to do this, but this is predicated on a story of a couple that does not have sex even in marriage.
Yeah, I know,
which
right?
must delight you out there.
Like, we never even see their bedroom. I mean, maybe for a second, but there's... we're not dealing with the whole married couple have to sleep in separate beds, because that's just that's a non-starter for this couple.
They spend the whole day, or whole rest of the evening, afternoon, evening in her living room, and it kind of just turns into night. And so before we know it, it is dark in that apartment with just the street lights lighting up her face at the window. She's like humming, and we can hear the lions roaring in the zoo.
And she's like, it's as comforting to me as the ocean. I love the dark. It feels all warm.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, girl, you goth as fuck.
I fully understand why he's like, we should get married now. Like, that's pretty hot. All of that is very hot.
Yeah. He does sort of question her about some of her taste and some of her Serbian-ness, let's say. Her foreign-ness is a big component of this film. Of what did you bring from the old country? And what are you willing to jettison in order to become American?
Oh, well, look at this weird statue of a guy on a horse stabbing a cat. Is that a thing you want to keep for a while?
Yes.
All the time?
Out in the living room?
This would look really great in the closet, I think. Mm-hmm. Well, that statue is of a medieval warrior on horseback impaling a cat with a sword. It is King John of Serbia.
But not that King John. Not the
King John.
Not the British King John. This is the Serbian King John.
Yeah.
And Irina tells this tale about how, the people in her village have long had this sort of connection to dark magic. And they sort of fell into, I don't know, moral ruin, I suppose, is the best way to say it. And part of that was they were witches. Some of them, especially the women, seemed to be able to turn into cats whenever they wanted to. And King John was like, y'all have strayed from Christ, so we're just going to murder you all. Mm-hmm. But some of the more powerful witches escaped into the mountains. And Irina all but says, I'm descended from those people.
Oliver's like, that's a cool story, That's sweet. That's nice. I mean, let's go have dinner again tomorrow, and I'll bring you a fucking cat.
Yeah, like everybody's from somewhere. Like Oliver's probably from Ohio or Pennsylvania. I'm sure they have their own witchcraft, medieval torture stories from Pennsylvania as well, right?
Sure, absolutely. Oliver is never going to win the prize of most aware that he's in a horror movie.
No, not at all.
He brings this fucking kitten to her, as in, like, here's your gift.
Yay.
And that cat is hissing.
Does not like her. And she's like, I don't know why, just cats don't like me.
And then they go to that pet store, and every bird is like, yeah, no.
The bird, the cats, every animal, to the point this old woman, she's like, listen, cats just know, man. They know. Like, my sister-in-law, she came in here once, and all the cats started freaking out, and I was like, you're a terrible person.
Yeah. Yeah, this old woman who runs the pet store all but indicates Irina, saying, like, animals just know when a person isn't right.
And Irina, God bless her. She's such a sympathetic character for a lot of reasons, in that she's trying so hard to fit in, to deny her innate catness, her whatever it is that makes her her, in order to fit into American society. So she's like, you know what? Just a canary, and I'm just gonna stand out here, and you go pick one, and then we can be on our way.
There's something really interesting about the dynamic of her character throughout the movie, because, like, the simple, most practical read is, you two should have talked more before marrying, maybe, because especially the sex thing and whatever else. And obviously, like, her past really haunts her, and is with her. But I find it really interesting, both from an immigrant story, a woman's story, even like a queer read on the story too, of you have this part of you, and when you try to tell people what it is, especially a white cis male, however kind he is, because make no mistake, Oliver Reed is a kind man.
Oh, yeah.
He means well. But he is, every step of the way, is like, but I do think that's all in your head.
Yeah.
As an immigrant, that's all behind you. You're American.
That's all in the past.
You're welcome in America. Be American. Oh, woman, that's all in your head. That's an imagined pain. That's an imagined experience that you're having in your body. Oh, queer person, maybe you haven't met the right girl.
That's it.
And I feel like that's all embodied in who she is. And so her kind of madness throughout this movie is built on the fact that, like, no, it's not even that people don't understand her. It's that they just don't listen to or believe
They deny her.
Yeah. Every step of the way. So we're going to get married.
But it's I love this because there's no church wedding. It just happens. Like one scene to the next. Because we've sort of met Oliver's office friends, which, we learn are very important to him. He works at
architecture?
Ship architecture.
Yeah.
They build ships.
Yeah, ship design.
And, he's got his sort of his platonic girl Friday, Alice. There's a couple of other guys that he hangs out with, and they're his work buddies.
Yeah.
But they also seem to be his core group of friends. And it just goes from, here, I'm going to give you a cat. Nope, never mind, I'm going to give you a bird. To next thing we know, we're in this Serbian restaurant with all of his friends post-wedding, and they've taken the happy newlywed couple out for a wedding feast.
And at this wedding feast, because she has no family there, this is all Oliver's friends. She even says to Oliver when the day they first meet that she's like, I think you're my first, like, friend that I've met since living here. Like, I know people that I'm friendly with. I work with people, but, like, you're the person that, like, I feel comfortable with as a friend. But there's another woman there.
It's Grisabella.
It is. Grisabella is there.
She's gonna tuck up and sing "Memory" here any second.
She has the sternest, most Eastern European face I've ever seen.
God.
On an actor.
And the little cat's eye, like. That's the only makeup she has on. And like two of the guys at the wedding party are like, hey, check out this broad. She looks like a cat. I mean, if you're into that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. But she, very similar to Irina, she's wearing all black. It has this sort of, again, this very kind of Grisabella faded beauty about her. Like black sequins with a black fur coat over top of it, and her hair is all done up, but she has some real sadness in her eyes.
Yeah, and she stares Irina down as she's leaving. This woman is leaving and stares Irina down and says, "Moi sestra."
Sister.
And she looks like a freaking cat.
She looks like a cat.
Yeah.
And Irina just crosses herself and says nothing.
That night they take a cab back to Irina's apartment that night, this is always the thing you want to hear on your wedding night, which is, I'm not sure I can be married. I'm not sure I can be Mrs. Reed. Like, I want to be Mrs. Reed.
Yeah.
But I just don't know that I can,
Oh.
But if you just give me some space and some time, I gotta get over this evil feeling within me.
Okay. Not even like hand stuff?
I know. Hand things? Like other, I don't know.
Over the second base?
Uh-huh.
Third base? We're not even getting out of the dugout?
Man. Yeah, but he's all like...
He's like, of course.
Bright-eyed in love, and he's like the most male energy, which is, it's all going to be fine.
All for the best.
It's all for the best. We've got all the time in the world, girl. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
But when he sees that door, her bedroom door, she has her own bedroom.
Yeah.
When he sees that bedroom door close for the night, I think it's that realization there is no hand stuff. We're not even making out. We're not even going to fall asleep on the couch watching a movie after our big wedding day.
And then on her side, she's like kneeling at the keyhole.
Uh-huh. Oh my God. All right, she does spend a lot of time at that zoo, Cecil.
Yeah, she does.
We're going to start imbuing that leopard with a little power here because we've got the groundskeeper at the zoo, or the keeper of the cat. He cleans the cat's cages, basically. This man is saying to Irina, did you call that cat beautiful? That cat is evil.
Evil.
Have you not read The Revelation? It describes the beast as like a leopard. Look at that thing. Like,
super
Jesus
evil.
Christ.
Anyway, congratulations on your marriage.
If you're hiring for zoo groundskeeper, particularly you're in charge of the big cats, I think a big question to ask in that interview is, what do you think about big cats?
Do you think that animals are evil? Do you want to work in close proximity with them?
Mm-hmm. So that canary that he bought her, that Oliver bought Irina,
I love this scene.
does not last very long, Cecil.
No, she's like, oh, look at that pretty bird. You know what? I'm going to catch that bird. And she has that look on her face like cats do when they don't necessarily want to kill. They just want to entertain themselves.
Uh-huh.
But then she plays with it a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
And the bird dies, and she's very sad.
I laughed here when Oliver comes home and she has to admit to Oliver that she's like, tells him that she killed the bird. It just makes me think of Bruce Willis from Pulp Fiction. It's like, baby, I had to crash that Honda. She says, I had to do it. I had to kill the bird. I don't know why. I mean, that's what I'm scared of. That's what my problem is.
Yeah.
And that's when he's like, hey, you know what? You need to go see Dr. Lewis Judd.
Yeah. You've got a problem. So let's solve the problem the modern way. Well, not before she takes that canary and throws it to the leopard to eat.
Oh, that's right. She does. She takes it to the zoo.
It's a revolutionary recycling program we have here in 1940s New York.
So she goes to see Dr. Judd, and he does a hypnosis therapy with her. And she says, you know, in her therapy, she kind of rehashes what she told Oliver earlier about her people and that women can turn into great panthers. If a man were to kiss a cat woman, this is the new lore, though.
Yeah.
If a man were to kiss one of these cat women, she would feel driven to kill him.
Really?
But like hand stuff?
Yeah, I know, right? Just not on the mouth?
And Dr. Judd says, yeah, this is childhood trauma. I've seen this before. Yeah, totally. You were teased and your mother called you a witch.
Yeah.
I like what he says here, or I at least got good feelings from Dr. Judd here when she says, geez, I don't even know what to tell my husband after all this. And he's like, you don't have to tell him anything. Which later as it goes on, I'm like, I think he's a little bit like, let's develop our own secrets, you and me.
Well, it's like, you don't have to tell him anything, which sounds very like, oh, great. Yeah. Like,
thank you.
What happens in this room kind of stays in this room. But we also learn Dr. Judd is just out there blabbing secrets.
Right?
All over town.
To anyone.
Anyone and everyone.
Poor Irina gets home from this visit and Alice is just hanging out at the apartment with Oliver.
Yeah.
And the first thing out of Alice's mouth is like, oh, how was your visit with the shrink?
Yeah.
And I'm like, Oliver, Alice.
I know, y'all.
I know you're up to nothing right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is a bad look.
I know.
You know what's a good look, though, Cecil?
What?
Alice's hat collection.
Oh, my God. Yes.
She has so many hats. Different size hats. Hats that go this way and that.
Yeah. Big hats, little hats. Yeah.
Chef hats, cabbie hats.
Does anybody still wear a hat? Yes. Yes, they do. She's a working girl. Working in her hats.
Irina has started sneaking over to the Central Park Zoo at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she gets back home, Oliver is up and waiting for her. And he's like, listen, let's just not fight. I just want us to be happy. Let's agree to never quarrel. And she says, that's great, because whatever is in me is held quiet if we don't quarrel. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you guys, this is such a bad solution to
just don't stir it up.
Yeah, just let's not talk about anything bothering us.
Pretend like it never happened. Nothing happens.
She's like, I have centuries of generational trauma, that comes from having this curse that I don't want, that doesn't fit me into anywhere in the world. I don't know who I am. And he's like, I just want a hand job. It's kind of our two conflicts. Both equal, I think.
Yeah.
This is where, working late, Alice reveals, Oliver, I kind of love you. I've always loved you.
Kind of always had literally carrying a torch for you the entire time I've known you.
I love this dialogue. She's like, we could do anything. We could be anywhere. We could run away together. We're meant for each other. It's you and me, and let the rest of the world go by. Nothing can change us, Ollie. And he's like, I don't really know what love is.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
All I know is that whenever I'm with Irina, I am magnetically drawn to her. I don't know what it is about her. I don't even know her last name, really. I don't know anything about her. All I know is that I am attracted to her. You're a swell girl. You're a pal.
He's so crazy because Jane Randolph is like the most beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Like, she's got a great His Girl Friday look. She wears this fashion well. She's stunningly beautiful. She's a great actor. She's very like confident and of herself.
She gives me like Lauren Bacall kind of energy. Except a little less dangerous as Lauren Bacall.
More accessible.
Yes.
Yeah, sadly, she doesn't have a huge, long career. I think she just was like, yeah, I'm kind of done. I'm gonna go live on Long Island and be a philanthropist or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so this is getting tough. So now Oliver is feeling a little bit like, maybe I do need to consider that this marriage is not the most solid thing in the world. Dr. Judd has to track Irina down at the zoo. She's like, how'd you know how to find me? He's like, I mean, this is all you talk about. Yeah. This is your whole
literally
identity.
Only talk about cats.
Yeah. Your branding is cat girl.
Yeah. And I just saw you take the key that the groundskeeper left in the leopard cage and give it back to him. That's really strong of you. Do you have any desire to, I don't know, kill everybody or destroy the world? Because, everybody feels that sometimes.
Yeah. It's very Call of the Void sort of mentality. We're drawn to the thing that we fear.
So good for you. But also, why have you not come to see me?
I love her explanation, and it is kind of a sassy, comeback, which she says, you speak of the mind.
Yeah.
But it's my soul that's troubled. Goodbye, doctor. And she heads out. Just solid. I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about here.
I'm really surprised this movie doesn't delve more into religion. Mm-hmm. It really goes right to the sort of the modern 1940s psychology rather than let's go see a priest.
Yeah.
She needs an exorcism. She needs this movie really feels modern in a lot of ways to me.
I agree. Actually, it does feel like the fantastical part of the story is not that she's a cat person. The witch part feels real.
Yeah.
It's the religion that feels fake. It's the Christianity that feels ancient and silly and out of touch. But also the contemporary psychiatry feels out of touch in its modern way. And I don't think that's incorrect at all, but I think she sums it up here of like, everyone's mistaking mind and soul. And we don't have a way to heal the soul. And I know religion might claim to have that, but religion is also like kind of like a made up panacea of like Christian redemption, salvation. But actually like getting to the heart of like what troubles your soul is a thing that we can't answer here. And all of these straight, white, upper middle class men cannot solve the problem in a immigrant woman.
I mean, even Oliver said, he's like, I've never been unhappy before. I had a great childhood. I was like captain of the rowing team. I was on the debate team. I was in a fraternity. And then I moved to the big city and I found a great job with great people who were super fun. And we go out and have drinks. I don't know how to be unhappy.
It's a bonkers thing to say out loud,
right?
And then not take anything with it. It's the Aristotle quote: "The unexamined life is not worth living."
And he is his life unexamined, or is it not been worth examining until he meets someone like Irina?
I think that's it. I think happiness or contentment is a balm.
Yeah.
Contentment can make you not ever need to look at anything. Because if you don't ever feel, if your car's engine light never turns on, then everything's fine with your car.
That's right.
If you don't ever have a pain or discomfort somewhere in your body, then you are 100% healthy.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. And I think if you just never really experience any type of problems, you might just assume everything's fine.
Yeah.
And it might be. But
and he's probably the kind of person, if he had never met Irina, if he had gone through his life without this kind of complication, he's the kind of person who would have made it to his deathbed, been like, I don't know, life is pretty groovy.
Yeah.
You know, sure, like there's dark stuff in the world, but that's far away. That's, you know, those concentration camps, and those are on the other side of the world. The Jim Crow law, I don't have to deal with that.
No.
Look how nice things are. Yeah, I'm doing great.
Okay, so Oliver, goes to confront Irina about their relationship.
Yeah.
And he says, I feel like we're coming apart, like our relationship is falling apart, because I don't think you're being very forthright with me. And she says, I've never lied to you.
Yeah.
I've never told you a lie, which I find interesting because those are two different things.
Yeah.
Lying and not being frank are not necessarily, they're loosely related. They're cousins, but you can never tell a lie and also not be telling the truth.
Sure.
And he's like, and your problem is like, you won't let me help you, which is fine, but you won't even help yourself. He says something like, I was talking to Alice, and she's like, oh, fuck this.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Is this before or after they go on the three-wheel date to the museum?
This is before that was crazy.
Right?
Okay, we'll get to the date in a second. But first, he's like, oh, you know what? I promised you we would never quarrel, so you know what? I know it's 10 o'clock at night, but I'm just going to go back to work. Oh, look, Alice is working late, too. Let's have some pie in the local diner. And, of course, Irina knows something is up.
Yeah.
And sees them at the diner together.
And it all seems very cordial, very, they shake hands, they go their separate ways. But Irina is stalking Alice. Mm-hmm. This sequence is amazing. This is like not the birth of horror, but this is one of those. It's like one of those film sequences where you can see where the genre of horror is going to go over the next 100 years. I love when the city, a very crowded, always eyes on the street kind of place, becomes desolate. This is why I hated living in Washington, D.C., is because after 10 o'clock at night, you could be the only person on the street for miles. And if something bad happens to you, there is no one around to help you. Like in New York, there's always somebody a block away.
Yeah, if you find yourself on a block with no one on it, you're like, I gotta get to there. But that's rare. It's very rare.
So Alice is walking home, and I guess she's walking through Central Park, sort of the Central Park Traverse, which is kind of these big, tall, it's almost like a bus route that, allows traffic to go through the park. But it's this, she has her clippy-cloppy high heels that make one set of sounds. And then Irina is like maybe 20 yards behind her. And her clippy-cloppy heels make a different set of sounds. And then eventually, Irina's clippy-cloppy heels just sort of disappear. And Alice is looking around, and it's the lack of sound that tips Alice off. Like when it was just the sound of another person walking behind her, that's normal. But all of a sudden she's completely alone, quote unquote. That's when she turns around to look, and it's this very misty, shadowy street lamp under a bridge kind of lighting. And that's when Alice starts freaking out. Walks a little bit faster. And I think at this point we do hear the sound of the panther roar. But not before, jump scare. A bus pulls up.
I love the false jump scare is so great. And the rhythm, like the literal rhythm built in this scene.
Yeah.
Not only by the clip-clop of the sounds, the breaking of the rhythm creates the tension. Yeah. And it's beautiful. It's stunning. This is one of those moments. This is one of those things I wish I could have seen with a crowd in 1942 at cinema. Because this must have just been fucking stunning to look at. I was just thinking about like when we all saw Jurassic Park in the theaters, because we had seen plenty of CGI animation before, but that was marvelous, and it's still amazing how well it holds up 33 years later.
It's also the lead up to the CGI in Jurassic Park, the sort of the tremor of the water glass.
Yeah,
it's the build up to it.
Yeah,
that is.
And
so
I was just thinking about
excellent.
like the awe of movie magic, right?
Yeah.
Like just the like, holy shit.
Yeah,
amazing. Or Citizen Kane for the first time when you're like, God. What are these angles? What's happening?
How did they go through that window?
That same night, the zookeeper finds that the leopard one of the panther or whatever it is got out or didn't get out. Actually, the leopards are still in their cages. Something got into the zoo and killed a bunch of sheep.
And it's like panther track, panther track, panther track, stiletto, stiletto, stiletto.
Yeah.
In blood. And Irina gets back home and she's got mud on her coat and she's looking a little distraught.
She like peeled off. She either like didn't make it to Alice in time to kill her, or she talked herself out of it. And just
the bus pulls up.
Yeah.
And you see the sort of foliage shake. As in she was scared away. Like she was going to leap at the last minute, but she got scared away.
I see. Yeah. So she didn't pull up. She was ready to pounce on Alice.
She was ready to kill Alice.
And that M65 fucking saved her ass.
That's right.
Yeah.
It also reminds me of the movie Altered States that we watched. It also reminds me of the American Werewolf in London, this sort of, you had a crazy night out as another, as a were animal of some sort. What do you remember what you did? Do you remember waking up in the sheep pen in the Central Park Zoo and having to do the walk of shame back home?
Sure do not. Oh my God. The walk of shame.
Did you eat a few sheep?
Yeah.
Did you kill a couple of zoo animals?
Starting or growing your own business can be intimidating and lonely at times. Your to-do list may feel endless with new tasks, and lists can easily begin to overrun your life. So finding the right tool that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything as a built-in business partner can be a game changer. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Gymshark, Rare Beauty, and Heinz, to brands just getting started. Shopify has hundreds of ready-to-use templates that can help you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand's style. And you can tackle all the important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. No need to save multiple websites or try to figure out what platform is hosting the tool that you need. And if people haven't heard about your brand, you can get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you, with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns to reach customers wherever they're scrolling or strolling. Start your business today with the industry's best business partner, Shopify, and start hearing. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. That's Shopify, BlueNile.com/realm.
This summer, Prime Video takes you back before Legally Blonde, before law school, and into the world of Elle Woods in high school. Set in 1995, this Gemini vegetarian knows exactly who she is until her family moves from Bel Air to Seattle. Packed with iconic fashion, 90s nostalgia, and a throwback soundtrack, Elle proves one thing. Law school was hard. High school was harder. From the world of Legally Blonde, watch Elle, a new original series only on Prime Video July 1st.
So now we're going to see in the daytime Irina steal that key that the guy leaves in the lock. And now it is time to take a three-wheeler to the Met Museum.
This is so wild.
What a bonkers fucking thing to do. Listen, I get it. If your marriage is a little shaky and you're kind of eyeing the idea of like, I think I'm going to be happier marrying this other person, my friend. I get that. I don't think there's anything wrong with working through those things. I would not bring that friend with me to a museum with your wife that you're on shaky grounds with.
And then to be like, oh, look at these ships. Aren't you bored by this? Don't you want to go like away from us so we can look at the things that we like? Meet you in an hour in the lobby.
Cecil Alexandra Baldwin.
Yes.
That is so fucking the gall of these two.
Yeah.
To be like, well, we're really into architectural design and ships, and I know you find it bored. Go wait for us later. I'm like, oh.
Don't you want to go look at cat things in the museum and the Egyptian wing?
So fucking humiliating.
And Irina just bounces, which good for her.
Wow.
They finish up their date. Oliver is like, I don't know where my wife is at this point. And Alice is like, I'm going to go for a swim. This whole sequence, this is not the birth of horror, but it is the sort of the weather vane of where horror is headed.
Yeah.
You see this in, The Faculty, the swimming pool scene. You see this in, Jennifer's Body. Because one, when you're semi-clothed, pretty much naked in a swimsuit, you're vulnerable. But then if you jump into a swimming pool, theoretically you can see around you, but there's you're kind of nowhere to go. It's like running upstairs in a home invasion movie.
Yeah, you feel a little fortified, but also immobilized.
Yeah.
You've given up mobility for fortification. And this assumption that you're a little safe. I mean, in seeing the scene, I immediately thought of Let the Right One In.
Yeah.
Because of the big pool sequence at the end. Because there's something about a pool there's something about being in water that is also an additional level of safety. It's the pre-birth, it's the motherness of it.
As long as nothing gets into that pool with you.
Right.
And then it's under the surface, and then it could literally be anywhere.
I love the buildup of Irina following her in there.
Yeah.
And also the way Irina's able to track her at her apartment. Like, she asks the front desk, basically the concierge or a door person at her apartment building. Like, oh, I was looking for my friend Alice. Do you know where she is? Oh, she went down to the pool. Oh. And this is where she uses her womanness to be able to get access.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit different if an unknown man shows up and is like, I'm looking for Alice. It's like, let me take your name.
Yeah.
But yeah, we see the shadow of a panther along the wall. We hear the snarls from all around. This would be impeccable in like multi-channel sound.
Oh, for sure.
By the way, if you could bounce this everywhere.
And Alice jumps into that pool thinking she's safe. And it's like there's nondescript shadow stepping in front of the light all around her. So you get this without having to use, bad special effects. You know, it's implied special effects. Just a little bit implies there's something circling her.
I love all of the suggestion here because unlike the Wolfman, which I think did a pretty remarkable job of the transformation to Wolfman and back to human with Lon Chaney, but I love that as an exercise in special effects. But what I love more is when you can build fear from very little special effects, when you can build fear and tension and true like bone-chilling horror from just shadow effects, and it's great.
Yeah, and Alice is like screaming for help now, and then oops, there's Rita. Hey, girl, what you doing?
This whole scene is amazing, and I love all of the women. There's basically 4 women in this scene. There's Irina and Alice. There's the woman who runs the front desk. Yeah,
the receptionist.
And essentially like the head of housekeeping.
Yeah.
And they're all women, and I think the scene works because of that. I also love that like we get there's a scream queen element to Alice in the pool, but her scream is different because a lot of times we see these movies wherein women just simply are like, ah, at anything and faint, right? That's kind of how we depict a lot of women in scary situations in Hollywood. And here, her scream is very practical because she knows where the others are. And when they show up down there, because it's Irina and not a man, it's really hard to know what to do with this.
Right. And Alice immediately goes, sorry, I thought I saw something, because she can't say to these 2 other women, this woman right here is stalking me, even though she kind of knows it. But again, it has this supernatural element to it, so she can't outright say it in polite society. That woman there, she can turn into a panther, and she's been stalking me. So she has to do the polite thing of, I'm sorry, I just, I heard a noise. I got really scared. I'm so embarrassed. Irina leaves because she's like, well, see you around, kid. And Alice asked the other 2 women, could you hand me my robe? And they're like...
Also, she asks him, can you not go? Will you stay here with me?
Yeah.
But and then the robe.
And they're like, something just tore the shit out of your robe.
Yeah.
So again, it's that even though there is this supernatural element, there's still enough practical things that say, this is not in your head. This is not imaginary. You didn't just imagine cat people everywhere. Somebody's fucking with you.
Alice does win the award for most knowing she's in a horror film. Because she's had real things happen to her that she can't deny. She at least knows she's in a horror film about a stalker. She may not believe yet that it's the cat, but I think she does here because she talks to Oliver and Dr. Judd. And she says, I think I believe her story about the cat people now. Like, I've been followed by her twice, and I heard the fucking cat sounds.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I'm in love with her husband. And Dr. Judd's like, you know what? Just stay away from her. She's like, you want to see the robe she shredded?
Yeah.
Like, the human fingers don't do this.
Yeah.
Judd's like, I'll talk to her. I'll get her side of the story. Yeah, you don't want to see her alone. Oh, I'm not scared of so charming a woman, he says.
And then I can't quite figure out the gambit with he says he leaves his cane behind. He's like, oh, I've got to go back and get my cane. Oh, because one, he has like a sword cane. That's going to become important.
Yeah.
But I think what he does is, like Alice and Oliver leave, and he's like, oh, I've got to go back and get my cane. And he leaves the door unlocked.
Yeah, that's at the end.
Okay. Oh, right.
That's when they actually are going to go confront her.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll get to that in a second. I don't think I fully understood the, I left my cane behind moment. What we're going to see next is he does get a meeting with Irina and is like, again, he says, you're not being truthful with me. And she says, I've not lied to you. She's very political here with this. I technically have never told you a lie. I may not be vulnerable with my feelings and thoughts, but he's like, so if your husband were to kiss you, you'd kill him. What if I were to kiss you? And she says, I'd not like that.
Yeah.
Good Lord. This is when he turns full creepazoid. Like, before he just seems like arrogant mansplainer.
Yeah,
and now he's being a fucking creep. I also love the end of this situation when he says, your behavior, because he threatens her here. He says, your behavior is approaching insanity. And I actually, because of my position as a doctor, I could have you put away for observation.
Right.
So why don't you just throw out all of your cat things and be normal? Wow. For the first time, you've really helped me, doctor. Thanks.
Yeah.
Because he gets so frustrated with her that he goes full, not only like, I could have you put away, so he's a doctor threatening his patient. He also has abandoned any principles of being a psychiatrist by saying, why don't you just act right?
Why can't you just be normal?
Does she take him seriously here? Does she actually think, you know what, maybe if I just fake it till I make it?
I think she does.
Okay.
I think she really does take that advice of, okay, no more cat stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think the next scene is her and Oliver kind of getting along.
Yeah. And she's like made him dinner. She's gone full housewife here. Mm-hmm.
Like she's gone full Donna Reed American.
Yeah.
Like, put away that Serbianness, put away that foreignness.
Yeah.
All
away
those
that
trinkets
queerness.
all those trinkets from the home country, put them in a box, put them on the street.
Yeah, she's assimilated. And she's like, I'm feeling super great. I'm not afraid of things. I'm actually like settling in. And he's like, that's cool, but I'm in love with Alice. I'd like a divorce. Believe me, it's better this way. For who is it better?
Yeah.
Does she kind of relapses into her true self, right? Because she's like,
this is where we see her like claw the sofa.
Yeah. Because she's like, you know what? I love that you're not replying to me because I love silence. Because silence is loneliness, and I love loneliness. Go, scratch.
Yeah.
So now they are going to meet her at her apartment to give her the papers. Dr. Judd is helping them with like, we're going to get this thing annulled, but she has to, because you didn't even do hand things with her. So I think the church would be more than fine to annul this.
And again, the three of them have had the conversation. They're like, listen, you've got two options. You can either have her committed, but it's illegal to divorce someone in an asylum.
Yeah.
Which means you're committed to this marriage no matter what. Or, and as your friend, I would recommend this one, you annul the marriage and you go, good luck, baby. Hope you get the help you need somewhere else. So as a psychiatrist, option one is the gallant way to go. So that way there's somebody looking after her. But as your friend, I say kick this bitch to the curb.
Yeah. So we're going to meet her at the apartment at 6 p.m., but she doesn't show up.
No.
And this is where they're like, well, might as well go away. She's not going to show up. This is going to be a problem. And Dr. Judd pretends to leave his secret sword walking stick on the couch. He's like, oh, you know what? Hang on, I'll be right back. What was this gambit?
I think it was to unlatch the door so that way when Irina does show up, he can get in.
Oh, I see. Yes,
That's my
because he's
guess.
going to be back at that apartment later that night. He knows she's coming home.
He knows she's coming home eventually.
Yeah.
And he's making it so that way he can enter her apartment without a key, which I think is exactly what happens.
I think you're right. I think that's totally it. Because he's essentially, I mean, at this point, he's being a manipulator rapist, essentially, is what he's
because
after.
he wants to have alone time with Irina without having to play psychiatrist with Oliver and Alice.
Yeah, he's trying to wear her down, is what he's trying to do here. But Alice and Oliver decide, you know what? Let's go do a late shift at the architecture store, at the boat making store.
Sure, let's go make some boats.
And there's a phone call, but no one on the other end. And Alice tells him, you know, this happened to me a while back that night that I got followed in the park.
Yeah.
Somebody called and
It's got to be Irina.
They clocked my voice, so they know that I'm here.
She could be in the lobby. She is stalking you and I now.
And then doors close to the office, to the main office area. It's like an open floor plan office with just desks scattered. And they go to that door and it is locked.
Somebody has locked them in.
And now we realize there's a fucking panther.
Amazing.
Prowling at them.
Now here's the question. Is this Irina or is this the panther that she let out of the zoo?
Yeah, this movie is very careful to not ever show the transition between her and the cat. I do think it makes it pretty clear that she is a cat person, just based off of whatever, but that is interesting.
But now we have like kind of two cats. We have a natural one and we have an unnatural one.
Yeah.
Kind of a play.
I do think this is Irina, because we had the phone call. It verifies Alice is there and probably with Oliver. And then she can like turn into the cat and get on up there. And he also says when the panther corners them, he's like, Irina, just please leave us.
Yeah.
Just leave us in peace. And he is picked up.
Oh my God.
T-square off the wall. This is our one moment of Christian symbolism, God to the rescue. And that T-square casts a shadow like a cross on the wall.
Yeah.
Honestly, pretty stunning.
I love it. Because again, much like the horror in this, the religious part of it is implied rather than stated.
Yeah, we don't need the Pope's exorcist to come and get the cat out of this woman.
Yeah, this is not, then give me an old priest and a young priest.
Right.
He is embodying the idea of the righteous crusader, but he's still just him. He's still just got a T-square, which I'm like, a T-square versus a panther? You're fucked, man.
Don't you have like one of those like compasses for drawing circles? It's got the little stabby point. Yeah,
the sharp compass. I mean, you do better with a chair, I would think.
But the cat leaves them.
Yeah,
they're like, "Fuck the elevator. We're taking stairs."
Yeah. I also love the inclusion of smell into this.
Yes,
because we established like back in Reel 1, it's like the second scene. Irina wears this very specific perfume. And now that Oliver and Alice are being have got this panther on the run, Alice is like, you smell that? That's Irina's perfume. So I guess it is Irina, not the zoo cat.
And also, I love this moment too with Alice, with Jane Randolph, when she gets to the bottom of the stairs, we smell the perfume and she becomes lightheaded for a moment. Like there's a moment where she kind of swoons a little bit.
Yeah.
But again, like the scream in the pool, it's not scream queen. It's a very literal and practical thing. And so the idea that like this scent would actually kind of literally trigger a response because it would have been a smell she would have gotten before from the pool, from the park. And he's like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "I'm fine. Let's just get a drink."
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay, Dr. Judd. He is at the apartment.
Because I think he's snuck back in.
Oliver and Alice actually go to a payphone and try to call him to be hey, don't go anywhere near her.
Yeah.
But he's too full of horned up energy, testosterone, and a bloated sense of power. Mm-hmm. He's like, "I'm not afraid of you. I'll take you in my arms. So little, so soft." I'm like, "You're weird."
Yeah.
And he kisses her, and she doesn't react. Like, her eyes are just kind of like dull.
Yeah.
And then we see the shadows.
Oh my God. I love this. They put some sort of like filter on her face. Mm-hmm. So that way it like turns the lights kind of crystally. Like I wish I had the like film terminology to describe what it is or to say what it is. But, like you said, he kisses her and she's kind of dead-eyed. But then this filter comes on and it's kind of makes everything crystalline. And that's when she moves towards the camera. Panther. Like, that's as close as we get to quote-unquote transformation on screen.
Yeah, and we'll see in the shadows him sword fighting a cat puppet, which is great. One of my favorite things is actor gets to fight a puppet. But we do see the cat impaled, just like King John's statue, just like her very first drawing we see, which is a cat impaled on a sword. We see this cat impaled on the sword.
Yeah.
Oliver and Alice, I guess, skipped their drink because they got worried, and they have headed back to Oliver's apartment. Oliver and Irina's apartment, and then that's where they hear the screams.
The entire building is up in their business. Irina is sort of quietly sneaking down the stairs.
She has to hide behind a fern.
Yeah, so many ferns. But I love this last moment where she like almost goes to say goodbye and then stops herself. It's like the last moment of, I wish I could have fit in.
Yeah.
I thought you all were my friends. Because we know she's been stabbed. Or no, we don't know this yet, but she has been stabbed by sword cane. And it's sort of been broken off in her. So she's mortal blow. But I love this moment. Like this movie doesn't vilify Irina. Like, she's not a Dracula. She wanted nothing more than to fit in. And even in this moment where she has killed a man, she's like, it could have been cool, you guys. But she just quietly leaves.
She needed a friend. She needed Oliver and Alice needed each other.
Yeah.
They're normies. They found each other. They're perfect for each other. They're never going to question anything. We're going to be happy. It's us versus the world. We're always going to be happy together. And Oliver confused attraction for love.
Yeah, yeah.
And also like the notion that he needs to take care of a little girl kind of vibe to him too.
Well, he wanted a pet.
Yeah, he wanted a pet is exactly it. So they find Dr. Judd dead on the floor, and his sword cane is broken in half, but the other half isn't there. Oh, this is the thing. To answer your question, it was definitely Irina at the office, because this is the moment that she lets the leopard out of the cage.
Oh, right.
Because she goes to the zoo, takes out the key. This is when she opens up the leopard cage door.
That's right.
And it leaps past her, knocking her over. And we see when her coat falls off that the rest of that sword has been jammed through her. She's been holding her arm, so we know she was wounded.
Yeah.
But that sword is still through her chest.
Yeah.
This was so sad because the cab, we're going to cut to a shot of a cab having run over a leopard in the street. Yeah. So she let the leopard out and it still dies.
It's crushed to death by the city.
Yeah.
Like this natural thing can't exist in Manhattan.
And Oliver and Alice stand over her body at the zoo. And Oliver goes, well, she never lied to us.
She was some kind of cat person.
Can you believe these cat people? So good. And then we get a John Donne poem at the end.
I know. Yeah. Which is like, okay, sure. I guess so.
Sure. Thanks, John Donne. The end. Shall we rate this film, Cecil?
Yes, let's.
All right. How approachable is Cat People if you are horror movie averse? On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not at all approachable and 10 being super approachable. Listen, I know Cat People holds... It's a very important film in horror movie making, but I would still say 9 out of 10 kittens in cardboard boxes. I think the suspense is really, really good. I don't think this is any scarier than like a 90s romantic thriller, like a Basic Instinct sort of thing. And I think it's really, really effective, though. I think those thrills are really, really strong. But it's not bloody. It's not like supernaturally scary or anything like that. Yeah, I think it's super approachable. I mean, obviously, we've got a manipulator rapist at the heart of the story. We've got animal death. And, of course, we have our jump scare. So 9 out of 10 kittens in cardboard boxes for approachability. To speak nothing of approachability, how do you rate this as a horror film, Cecil?
I love this movie. It's been a while since I've seen this, but I put this under the list of old-timey movies that don't necessarily feel old-timey because of their sensibility, because of the writing, because of even though, yes, they're wearing hats and furs and, you know, big clumpy 1940s shoes, it has a modernness about its sensibility and the way it treats its characters that I think makes it sort of timeless in a way. And, you know, this movie is a great example of it is on one level about a woman who turns into a cat whenever she gets horny or scared, but it's also about a whole lot more. And I think this kind of movie is the foundation for the sort of thesis horror moment that we're in right now, in which the scare is not just a guy with a chainsaw. It's foreignness, it's queerness, it's, you know, you can put things on top of this movie and it actually bears the weight of those ideas. So for that reason, 9 out of 10 dead canaries in a cage.
Perfect. Well, let's figure out what movie we are going to watch next. You have a scare die. I have a style die. We will roll those up and see what movie matches those two things. Cecil, if you roll a 1, our next movie scare is clowns or dolls. 2, just a straight up monster. 3, a wild card, whatever scare we want. 4, family is the scare. 5, something with no legs. Or 6, something haunted.
That's a 1.
Clowns and Dolls made it 19 weeks, our longest running entry. Okay, Clowns and or Dolls is going to match up with whatever style I roll. If I roll a 1, it's got to be like a top 25% on a review aggregator. 2, it's got to have a one-word title. 3, it's European. 4, it's from the 1980s. 5, it is a sequel, prequel, or remake. Or 6, it is a suburban film. All right, let's see what we got here. I got a 2. It is a one-word title.
Ooh, this will be fun.
Which that has been on this list for 13 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're going to have a lot to run on here. We wrote down a bunch of movies that fit this bill, but also we are at Random Horror 9 on Letterboxd, where we keep lists of every single possible die roll in any given week, and you can leave comments to add to those film ideas for us to consider. So let me tell you what we wrote down. And then, Cecil, you can tell us what the Letterboxd had to say. So, I don't think this movie got great reviews, but it's I think 80s or 90s film about John Wayne Gacy, just called Gacy. He is a literal killer, actual killer who was a clown. We, of course, have the surprise hit of 4 years ago in Megan, M3gan.
M3gan?
M3gan. Of course, there is It.
Yeah.
We have the It. I don't know if we would want to watch just part one or both movies.
I think we could probably just do part one.
I think so too. Both is a lot. That's a lot of movie watching. Of course, there's Saw.
And I looked it up. I think what is it? Jigsaw or Billy the Clown does appear in the first one, so technically checks off that box.
I didn't put it on here, but I could just say Terrifier, because we did Terrifier 2, but like Terrifier, the first one is a one-word title as well. Art the Clown. There's an 80s film just called Dolls.
Yes, which I've not seen, but apparently is kind of not foundational, but is definitely a much beloved cult classic.
It is. It is definitely of the VHS covers that I found myself looking at a Blockbuster.
For sure.
There is a pretty recent movie just called Clown.
This looks intense.
It does look intense. I don't know that I've heard good things about it, but it is a recent movie, and it's called Clown.
Yeah.
Skinamarink?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. There's the fucking little toy phone thing.
Yeah, that clown toy phone that is terrifying.
That's a doll of sorts. Mm-hmm. I think you added these two. There's something called Dolly, which I don't know Dolly.
I don't know that either.
There's Dolly, and there's also Clown House. Now, I can take a guess as to what Dolly is about and what Clown House is about, so we may not need to look them up.
Yeah, Dolly is an independent slasher from Shudder. It stars Fabienne Therese as a woman abducted by a menacing masked figure called Max the Impaler.
Oh, and Clown House is from 1990. The Just Watch logline is 3 teenage brothers are terrified by a trio of escaped mental patients disguised as clowns.
Has Sam Rockwell in it.
Oh, that's fun.
Young Sam Rockwell.
Okay. Well, let's see what people on Letterboxd had to add to this conversation.
Quite a few people have recommended the movie Possum from 2018.
Oh, this is the Matthew Holness film.
A disgraced children's puppeteer returns to his childhood home and is forced to confront his wicked stepfather and the secrets that have tortured him his entire life. Yeah, very Dreamweaver visionary. The film is based on a short story by Matthew Holness, a.k.a. author, Dreamweaver, and visionary Garth Marenghi, as Dr. C.G. says. A couple people recommend Longlegs.
Okay.
It is a one-word title, and Nick Cage do love to be making those dolls.
He do. It begs the question: how do doll work?
How do doll work? Quite a few people have also recommended it Oddity.
Of course,
recommended it from 2024. Features a creepy wooden golem. After the brutal murder of her twin sister, Darcy goes after those responsible by using haunted items as her tools for revenge.
That fucking wood golem is a lot to take in. Holy shit. I've also his first, I think it's his first film, which is Caveat, has the fucking drumming bunny.
Oh,
that's also a doll.
Know that one.
Yeah. I found Caveat scary as shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Therios recommends Stitches from 2001. A demon disguises herself as an elderly woman in order to trick the residents of a boarding house into surrendering their souls in exchange for mundane favors.
Okay.
The souls are then imprisoned in paper dolls under the demon's control. Over Garden Wall recommends 9 from 2009. Set in an alternate 1940s, a ragdoll with the number 9 stitched to his back wakes up to a devastated apocalyptic world, the result of a war between machines that has turned on their creators and humanity. But he and 8 others just like him may be the key to the future of civilization as we know it.
All right.
Very, like, dark animation here.
I'm still curious to see 9 at some point in time.
Yeah.
I should watch that.
It's good. It's just very, like, not uncategorizable, but it is not your average Pixar film.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And then quite a few people recommended Caveat, which you just mentioned.
Okay. Yeah. Do we take anything of the suggestion by Half Price Horror and a couple others for weapons?
Oh, I missed that.
It's
are there dolls?
Doll. It's just that Aunt Gladys has a very clown-ish vibe.
I could see that. She has kind of clown makeup, but also it's just how Aunt Gladys does her makeup.
That's just how Aunt Gladys is, y'all.
Yeah. Like, she's not trying to be a clown.
No. I mean, the makeup department is evoking clownness for that, but I think we have so many good one-word titles with actual dolls and clowns that I don't think we could do weapons.
So I think we have a lot of really solid contenders. Some of them are kind of in the same category. Some of them are step outside a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of them are very contemporary.
Because Oddity, Caveat.
Yeah.
9.
Possum.
You
know, but then you've also got your sort of 80s in dolls, which I'd be curious to watch.
Yeah.
I feel like we could get 6 and roll for it.
Yeah. Do we want to do draft order here?
Yeah.
Would you rather have the last pick or be in charge of rolling?
Ooh, last pick.
Okay. So let me create a list here and I'll do the rolling. Okay, so for first pick, I will say Oddity.
Oh, Cronenberg TA points out that Dolls is a Stuart Gordon film. Did not realize that.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm going to put Dolls as my first choice.
I was going to make sure not to let Dolls go by the wayside. Let me go. I'm really curious about this movie. Let's go with Possum.
Okay. For my next pick, Megan.
And I'm sorry to pick all contemporary here, but I really don't think we could avoid saying It. I mean, that is the one-word clown horror movie.
That was gonna be one of mine.
Clown House? Sam Rockwell?
I think I would have to go Longlegs.
Oh, of course. Yeah, good call. Just good call out. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm in charge of rolling. I'm glad you had that last pick. Longlegs was really good. Good choice there. If I roll a 1, our next movie is Oddity. 2, Dolls. 3, Possum. 4, Imthrigan. 5, It. Or 6, Longlegs. What do we have here? We got a 2. We're going to watch Dolls, Cecil.
Yes. I think this is going to be classic 80s fun.
Yeah.
Horror.
I am excited for that. Let me just do a quick before we... Dolls, 1986. Yep, it is on Tubi.
Okay.
We're all going to have to watch it with ads. It's only an hour and 17 minutes, though. So
I mean, at this point, I might subscribe to MGM Plus for a week.
Just to skip the ads?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good plan. Okay, well, thank you all for listening. Thank you, Cecil, for talking with me. And if you have thoughts on Cat People or ideas for other one-word title clowns or dolls movies that you would have liked to have seen, let us know at Random Horror 9 on Blue Sky, Instagram, or on Patreon. And our Patreon public discussion threads are free for anyone to participate in. Just got to be a free member of our Patreon. And watch Dolls from 1986 with us this week. And come on back next Tuesday for a new episode. Have a restful night with no one letting your cat out of the cage or nothing. Boo.
Boo.
Right. Random Number Generator Horror Podcast number 9 is hosted by me, Jeffrey Craner, and Cecil Baldwin. Find more of our work on the podcast Welcome to Night Vale. This show is produced by Night Vale Presents. It is edited by me with music by Cecil and logo by David Baldwin. See original artwork for each episode by David on Instagram. Join us for live streams on Patreon. Watch our recording sessions on YouTube. Chat with us on Blue Sky. And contribute to our movie selection process on Letterboxd. We're in all of those places at Random Horror 9. Today's scary story. Your fiancé turns into a cat at night, which is great because they're real quiet and cuddly, but terrible because they keep barfing on the rugs.
You mind if we make one more stop before heading back? I need to run a Target.
100%. Let's RTT. You thinking of stuff for the dorm?
Yeah, my mom gave me some good tips on must-have essentials. We for sure need underbed storage, handheld iron for wrinkles, maybe even a mini Keurig for Mondays. Am I right?
All right, bet. Because I was already thinking about keeping my clothes looking fresh at college, so you better be sharing that.
Of course, man. Whatever I get on this run is yours too.
Twin.
But for real, let's go before they close.
Find everything you need for college at Target.
Come Undone is the new novel from multi-hyphenate Eddie Wong, best-selling author of Fresh Off the Boat. What happens when a red flag catches real feelings? Author Jean Chen Ho says it best. Come for the satirical millennial cringe and over-the-top luxury lifestyle fantasy. Stay for the surprisingly sensitive portrayal of a bombastic, big-hearted dude bro. Come Undone is available now.